Hello once again. This is Faith Mutegi, and this is my platform, Parenting Conundrums. So we left off on the part where we were asking, what values do you want to impart on your children? And as I mentioned, I had disappeared for a little time, disappeared in quotes, because this is a topic that I know will pop up every now and then. And considering the fact that you tentatively, as we have been given the information, children are with us until September or even longer than that, we need to stay alert. So it's time to pass on some life skills. Yes, they will be having their assignments, their online classes, but it's also time to pass on life skills. And even as we will come to the close of this video, I will be looking at demystifying this aspect of sex education. It is not just one component. It encompasses so much more. And those are the pointers, which now is where you can now handle the discussion piece by piece. So, what values do you want to impart on the children? That's something that you have to look into and write it down. There are some families that write down the values of each respective family, and they either hang it up or they have it somewhere safe and sound, and you inculcate it in the lives of the children in different ways. Okay, so now let's go. There are a few pointers that I want to just emphasize on, and then I would like you kindly, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and if I don't have the answers, I will find the answers for you. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for those who have subscribed. For those who have seen this and not yet subscribed, kindly do consider. And I believe we will have an enlightening journey ahead of us. Okay, so let's continue with some of the tips, some of the ways that you can have this conversation about sex education with your child. Okay, so there's this point that came across: don't teach sex education from a point of fear. Yes, you want to protect your child's innocence. There is this connotation of, if I teach you, if I talk about sex, if you talk about death, if you talk about this, chances are that it will happen, or you'll be curious and then you jump into it. Yes, that's how you were raised. Some of us never had that conversation with our parents. Please don't point a finger at them. They did what they needed to do. So don't have a conversation from the point of fear. It's, yes, I want to protect the innocence of my child, but you also need to be empowering your child for adulthood. Because unless your child is going to be, I don't even want to utter the words, they are growing up and they are part of a society that has its rules and does what it does. So how do you empower them to navigate through that society? Okay, so yes, have the talk. If you can't, reach out to somebody who can, and basically you're empowering your child for adulthood. Okay, good. Teach them how their body works. So you're not going straight into matters sex. Yes, when they ask where do babies come from, where did I come from, why does my body part do this, why don't I have this, why does so and so have this, how you can be doing it occasionally is having this quote-unquote biology session, how your body works. Your teeth, the reason why we brush our teeth is because blah 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 blah, finish that up. The importance of your eyes, the importance of your skin, taking care of it and oiling it, especially the boys. But I had an experience with my brothers. They know themselves. So they need to know, why do you need to take care of your skin? Why do you need to brush your teeth? Why do you need to bathe occasionally? Yes, even in the cold season, we are cold. It's winter and yet it's not July. Why do they still need to heat the showers? So by the time you're doing all that, you're basically looking at a hygiene, how the body, if you treat it well, you're able to do much more with it instead of being sick and that kind of thing. So now that's where this aspect of sex and sexuality comes into place, because sex is not just, it's a whole, it combines every single part of our body. So let them understand terms and conditions apply. This is why we do this. It's important for you to do A, B, C, and D. Okay, so tell them how, like when they're outgrowing their clothes, tell them that you're growing up. When the teeth are coming off, you're explaining to them why the teeth are falling off and what they can expect. Let them know that their body is amazing, because by the time you're explaining it, there are some things in your body, even you as an adult, ukiambiwa what is happening to your heart, there are all those things, platelets, mitochondria. Why do we remember mitochondria? And right now, if you are asked what mitochondria do, you have no idea. Anyway, that's just on the side. But let them know that this body, by the way, no wonder you'll have, maybe now when it comes to puberty and the rest, they will understand that, by the way, it's going to be an ongoing discussion. Good. So let them know how amazing their bodies are. And if they know that, when they get to know that, then they respect it, and they know also to respect for the others, and respect, basically interpersonal respect. Okay, good. Then be the parent, be the guardian, be the mentor that you needed when you were a child. We are always saying that our parents did not. We were never. So be the person, be the guardian, be the mentor who starts that conversation. Because if you're saying that if only I had been told, so if you're experiencing it, the chances are your child, those who you're taking care of, are also going to experience it. So be the person who starts that conversation. Okay, so this can be about how to, by the time you're giving them this information, what I've learned is, it's not, you are helping them to have a positive and a safe sexual debut, not debut, English and everything, debut, DEBUT, whereby like their first interaction, intimate interaction, or whatever it is that they come into of a sexual nature, they have it's positive and it's safe. It's not going to be gaffled up in full, and it is they're tortured for life and scarred for life. As much as possible, you're trying to reduce the chances of all those mental scars, the psychological scars. So if they know my body is beautiful, they have someone they can run to, then the chances of them practicing safe sex, yes, it may be scary to you, but you'd rather enter a swimming pool knowing how to swim than just drowning. Okay, good. So this can be conversations about what are good pictures, what are bad pictures. When you see this happening on the television, when you see this on the billboard, when you see this on the internet, how do you decide that this is a good picture to continue seeing, this is a good movie to continue seeing? And even though it happens and you are not able to prevent yourself from seeing it or from hearing it, then what do you do? How do you analyze that? Who do you talk to? So, because like even the radio stations, they are, you're in the vehicle. Okay, right now the routine may have changed, but you're in the vehicle and then a topic comes up and they're talking about totally different adult topics, and your child is there with you. So what do? You start that uncomfortable moment. Remember the other time I told you, breathe. So you can turn that, by the way, what do you understand by this? And then it can be a teachable moment, okay? I have come across a phrase, it's not attached to anyone, but it says, it's never too late to repair. So if you have yelled at your son, if you have screamed at your daughter, it's not too late to repair that relationship, that connection. Take a minute, as I mentioned in the previous videos, kindly watch that if you haven't, and just find out, is there a way to re-establish that contact? Okay, good. And then the other part is, it's never too late for healing. So just acknowledge that you may have made mistakes. You may not have had this information prior. It's not too late to repair. It's not too late to heal whatever may have, the wounds that may have come up in whatever scenario. Okay? Yes. Then, the reason why you need to inform the children or to teach them and guide them concerning sex education is so that they can learn self-control. The same way we don't want them to be on a sugar high the entire time, like too much sugar, too much TV, too much of anything is poisonous. And when it comes to sex, it ignites the same way when it comes to addictions. There's this aspect of dopamine, and dopamine is like, yay, that shot of excitement, and you want that shot of excitement over and over again. And basically human nature is, we are all running away from pain towards pleasure. And it's not all sexual pleasure. You just want to relax. That's why you'd rather sleep, watch movies than do homework. All that kind of scenario. We are running away from pain and we seek pleasure in all different ways. That's why the more money you have in your accounts, amen, you feel better than when you are holding your last. It's between you and poverty, the last note, and that kind of thing. So how do they learn self-control? So that's one of the main things that you have to look into. Sex education is not just about the act. It is helping this individual know that this aspect of our lives, yes, it has a purpose. You need to understand the mechanics behind this, because if you don't, just the same way the car will just jam on you and break down in the middle of the super highway, is the same way your body will tell you terms and conditions apply if you don't treat it well. Okay, good. So basically with self-control, you're telling them, you're helping them not become slaves to their bodily functions, to their urges, or to these pleasure points, that the only time they're excited is when this is happening. Then the rest of these intimate relationships, there'll be a problem. Okay, good. Now let us look at this phrase, sex education. And this is where now you can take these topics and write them down either on small pieces of paper or even write them in a notebook, and then decide that we are going to have these as topical issues in our family meetings. Ni lazima mkuwe na kamukonji. Because if you don't have a kamukonji within, watakuwa na kamukonji nje. And that might treat us abnormally. Yes. Yeah, you have to stick with the times. Now, let's look at sex education. What are these topics? So, are you ready? So you can even pause and you write them down. I believe I'll put them on my blog so that you can have them. But just look at the aspect of sex education holistically. So, okay, are we ready? Good. Now, one of the things they need to know is human development. And by the time I'm giving you these topics, age-appropriate content. Understood? Which we can explore. We can see how to batch them according to the ages. But for now, I just mentioned so that you can see which area can you pick and then run with it. Good. So human development is something to do with reproduction. So that's where the baby comes from and everything of the sort. Puberty, where their body changes. They need to now realize that, by the way, things are not going to be as normal, and it's not abnormal. Other people also go through them, but there might be some uniquenesses in them. That's why you can have early bloomers, late bloomers. Now wengine wako neutral, hapa katikati kwa fence, whatever the case. So let them not feel let them have self-worth. Let them just know that just in case they are early bloomers or late bloomers, or things don't seem to be happening, bado tuko sambamba. Then the sexual orientation. When we were younger, when when I was younger, I need to stick to my lane, okay? Because you might be younger than me anyway. Moving on swiftly. Sexual orientation was man, woman. I am not going to go deeper into that because that's a whole different topic, like LGBTQ issues. I think they even other the acronym is even longer or something of the sort. Your child is in a space where even the movies that they watch, the animations that they watch, there can be those kind of characters, and I believe you may have come across them in different in the platforms that you have. Where people are saying that, by this be careful, this content, okay? So sexual orientation, gender identity, who do you identify as? And then, as I mentioned, self-worth. Good. So that's about human reproduction, human development. Let them explore all that. Then number 2 is relationships. Family, friends. Inakuwa simple. Then it starts moving to intimate relationships and dating. Have you talked about what transpires during a date? Even you, maybe you wedded, you ran out of house, you did your own thing. But this is where you impart the values. You tell them the self-worth and that kind of thing. So explore the issues of relationships, okay? And as you can, hii mambo ya corona ya kushikashika uso na kila kitu, is a struggle. Okay, personal skills. When I wrote this down, I was like, we need to teach our little ones about personal skills, and this entails communication. How do you communicate to family, friends, teachers, people in authority, same genders, opposite gender, that kind of thing? How do you communicate? And then there's negotiation skills. I had to say it slowly because my mother tongue influence. So you have negotiation skills. Why did I repeat it twice? Mtego. So how do they make decisions? You remember the self-control? Is it they need to know terms and conditions apply. So how do they make those decisions? And even the self-worth will come into place. Self-control, respectful language and behavior. If a girl says no, if a boy says no, that is not the end of the world. Your blood may not be Mwambatani, like you can move on. If someone says no, if someone doesn't look in your direction, that doesn't mean that's the end of the world, okay? So how do they have respectful language and matters of negotiation and the rest? Sexual behavior. Mambo yaku chill. Although you should have put a zip in between. Anyway, that's my story. That's my point of view. So abstinence. Sexuality through life. Like, how should they carry themselves as they grow up? Because how they view sexuality now is going to be different in the coming days, okay? And personal safety. Personal safety is consent and all that. Then we have sexual health. This is where now you mention about STIs, STDs. Na kama hawezi ongeyo mambo, we say you consult, you look, research. You are a student. Yes, they are the students, but you're also going to be a student for life. So subscribe to that fact, okay? And then contraception, this pregnancy, this planned parenthood. Yes, as I said, they may know more than you, but you need to know that at least uliwaambia kitu, sindio? Good. And then last but not least, society and culture. The society that they are growing up in, the values that come from your society, and the cultures that you prescribe to or you want to pass on, the ones that you want to negate. So the gender roles, the diversity, sexuality as portrayed in the media and the rest. So basically, sex education, human development, relationships, personal skills, sexual behavior, sexual health, and last but definitely not least, society and culture. Topical issues that you can inculcate into your everyday conversations. And then you see that at least you have done a holistic topic or conversation concerning sex and sexuality towards a child or children. So, I am hoping macho yamefunguka, masikio yamesikia. Kiswahili was not my strong suit, but yeah, we'll struggle. So, sex and sexuality, sex education is something holistic. It's not just one component, okay? So, reach out. Please let me know. What is this question that you are wondering how to even start or what you do? I am here for you, okay? So, that's my call to action. Reach out, ask me, and I'll be here to help you navigate through these waters. Because indeed, we are stronger in numbers, okay? Teamwork, good.